Oh, Jesus, I didn't see you there. Sorry, was enthralled in John Steinbeck, East of Eden. It's a great piece of American literature. It's about a cold stone bitch prostitute and a couple of kids. Couldn't recommend it enough. Actually, I'm glad you're here. My name's Alexander Cabana, and I'm a comedian, and this is Alexander's Reading Corner. I think Mark Twain said it best when he said, "Fucking read, dummy." I'd like to take you on an adventure of great literature, poetry, short stories, that kind of thing. Today I thought I'd read you one of my favorite little ditties, Fanny Savage and the Last Oil Rig. Won't you come along with me? Fanny Savage was just a simple girl born on the streets. Her mother gave birth to her in a dumpster that was on fire because the KFC's oil had overheated, causing an explosion that took out the Penny Lotus massage parlor and cardboard store next door. Fanny, aka the Rat, had bulky yellow eyes and hands so leathery that people thought she was wearing gloves. Her voice was the sound of raking leaves, and because she was addicted to red hot chewing gum and Tabasco, she always smelled like a Mexican restaurant bathroom. Her legs were stout and short, like that of a reptile. She had a horse's elegance, and when she breathed, she sounded like she was neighing. She was all teeth, except on her back, which was all short, coarse, white hair. Men adored her, which was good, because her job was men. At the age of 12, when her loose, distant breasts erupted out of her chest and onto her body, she began realizing the power she had over men. When her feminine hair burst out of the space between her legs, she took it as the final sign to become a lady of the night. At 19, she became an oil rig prostitute. She would vend her body to the big, throaty men who worked the oil rigs off the coast. The men whose faces were complicated masks of masculinity and raw, steely pores. The men that smelled of greed, danger, and nutmeg. The men that punched feelings with their watermelon fists. Fanny, the Rat, would row out at night with the other sea whores and wait for a man to throw her a life raft, signaling that he wanted a whiff of that hot, speedy action. Fanny was known around all the barge tramps as an icy bitch who would rip out your eye if you made one wrong move. As Fanny rode out in the gray waves of the New Jersey Petroleum Extraction and Development Zone 6, she realized something wasn't right. The sea was quiet. Too quiet. A little much too quiet. Even for the sea. Fanny, with her heightened sense of smell, felt something was off in her body. Fanny's hair stood to attention. Then she saw him. A giant of a man walked out onto the rig. He looked like an abandoned refrigerator, hefty, huge, and filled with cold leftovers. Fanny, like the other girls, feared for their lives, for the code of the oil rig whores and American congressmen said that when a man throws you a life raft, you have to fuck him. Fanny knew her leatherback beef hutch was strong and capable. She knew she could handle it. But this man, a man among giants and a giant among men, would cleave her in half. Her small wooden rowboat bobbed in the moonlight on the water of the New Jersey Petroleum Extraction and Development Zone number 6. The giant threw her a life raft. It hovered there like a seagull in a hurricane. And then it hit her boat, almost tipping her out of the water. The barge tramp started to chant, "Yee-yo, yo-ho, yo-ho-ho-ho-ho-ho." They understood it was her time. The time all barge tramps, train jesters, and politicians get fucked so hard in the ass they die from being fucked so hard in the ass. Fanny rode over to the 80-foot ladder and in her feathery high heels and her best bedazzled denim, climbed to her doom. Well, I hope you enjoyed that rendition of Fanny Savage and the Last Oil Rig. Now go fucking read.